Hello duelists, Russmero here, and today we're going to be opening Structure Deck Rebirth of Shaddoll. Starting us off, we have the obligatory playmat featuring the brand new Shaddoll fusion monster, Noelshaddoll Apokalone, with brand new artworks for Nephilim or Construct on the left and Winda on the right. Okay, let's do this. First, we have a reprint of Noelshaddoll Grista or Agrista in the OCG in Ultra Rare. And now moving up next, we've got one of the very new Shaddolls. Qadoshaddoll Keios. Out of this card name's first and second effects, only one can be used per turn. First effect, if this card is flipped face up, you may special summon one Shaddoll monster from your hand in either face up or face down defense position. So we all know why this would be good. Second effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard by an effect, you can send one Shaddoll monster from your hand to the graveyard and apply the following effect. During this turn, the monsters on your field gain 100 attack and defense for each level of the monster that you send to the grave by this effect. So, this guy as a whole is just like, he is like a manifestation or like a solidification of the Shaddoll engine. He basically lets you set more Shaddolls when he gets flipped, and then when he gets sent to the grave, that lets you send more Shaddolls to the grave, triggering their effects as well. But of course, this will take these will involve you sacrificing Shaddolls from your hand. But I mean, for those of us who are basically familiar with the Shaddoll playstyle, we all know how good Shaddoll is at maintaining hand and resource advantage, right? So that shouldn't be too big of an issue. I think that's a really nice addition to the Shaddoll deck as a whole, as a really cool engine, but I'm just not sure if it's that OP. But I mean, I guess it's fine if it's not OP. Next, we have another new Shaddoll, Laishaddoll Wendi. Out of this card name's first and second effects, only one can be activated per turn. First effect, if this card is flipped face up, you can special summon one Shaddoll monster from your deck other than this card Laishaddoll Wendi in either face up or face down defense position. So that's very similar to Keios just now, but it's from the deck, so it's much more resource savvy. Second effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard by an effect, you can special summon one Shaddoll monster from your deck other than Laishaddoll Wendi in face down defense position. I see. So it's really similar to Keios. It's another kind of engine card, but focusing mainly more on like the getting your monsters face down. Next, we have Noelshaddoll Ariel. Out of this card name's first and second effects, only one can be activated per turn. First effect, if this card is flipped face up, target one of your banished Shaddoll monsters, special summon that monster in either face up or face down defense position. Okay. I'm seeing the pattern here, like these three new Shaddoll monsters for the main deck are basically just like siblings with sibling effects in that sense. Second effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard by an effect, you may target a total of 3 cards in both players' graveyards. Banish those cards. So, okay. This would be very good for disrupting your opponent plays. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is such a graveyard, like, reliant game, right? Depending on those effects that basically trigger from the graveyard. But it can also combo with the first effect in that sense. If you have multiple copies of Ariel, and then you're preparing to set up another Ariel next turn, you can banish an important Shaddoll that you actually want to special summon for free on the next turn. Okay, and look, yes, I think there's still one more, this trap card over here, which is a new card, before we go into like reprint heaven, and this is Laishaddoll Incarnation. Of this card name's first and second effects, only one can be activated per turn. First effect, you can target one Shaddoll monster in your grave, special summon it in either face up or face down defense position. Second effect, you can banish this card and a Shaddoll card from your grave to activate one of the following effects. Your first choice is choose one face down monster on your field and turn it face up, basically allowing you to trigger your Shaddoll's reverse or flip effects. And the second choice is choose one of the face up monsters on your field and flip it face down, preparing one of your flip Shaddolls to go off again next turn. So with that, I think those are basically the 4 new cards for the main deck over here, and yes, that's it. Let's take a look at the reprints. So on a whole, I just feel like, you know, we're only getting like 4 new Shaddoll cards in this structure deck, so honestly, I don't feel like, you know, what's the whole point of this? especially considering the price of Shaddoll decks outside of Japan. But if you live in Japan and you're a Japanese OCG player, it's only like 1,000 yen for a structure deck, so I mean, I think it's totally worth it if you do that. And I do see these new cards basically assisting the Shaddoll engine by basically giving it that extra speed and acceleration so that it can keep up with the other newer, faster decks and archetypes that we are seeing in the current era. But I just feel like the timing of this release is a bit iffy because we're about to move into Yu-Gi-Oh! 7, right? Past the Vrains era. So I'm not really sure what's the whole point of suddenly updating Shaddoll like this, and with just 4 new cards, I don't feel like I mean, it helps to make the deck modern in that sense, but I don't feel like it adds that much more. And here we have Wendigo, followed by Anomalilith, and Nephilim. A reprint of the Link monster for Shaddoll is pretty useful as well. Overall, I think this is just more of a fan service release, like it helps players and fans of Shaddoll to basically bring their Shaddoll game to a new level and become a bit more relevant in the current meta, but not exactly to help Shaddoll become a new powerful force like it was in the past. But I may be wrong because I'm not a competitive duelist or a Shaddoll user, so maybe these cards, even though their effects don't seem that insane just from reading them in isolation alone, they might just be exactly what Shaddoll needs to go crazy like it used to be at the start of the Arc 5 era. And anyway, here we have the Structure Deck Enhancement Pack with a brand new artwork of Nephilim or Construct. Very nice. Like, I think it's just worth getting this Structure Deck just to get these brand new artworks alone, because they're pretty well done and like not like some of the overdone alternate arts of like some of the main characters cards we've seen so far, like the Code Soccer, Firewall Dragon, Heat Leo. Those were just fine, man. And we also have one for Midorash or Winda, right? And Shekinaga. Normal Shaddoll Fusion, very nice as secret rare, that's pretty cool. And finally, our brand new Shaddoll monster, Shaddoll Apokalone. So to fusion summon this monster, you'll need 2 Shaddoll monsters of different attributes. So that already means that, that adds an additional layer of difficulty because it means you can't just fusion summon your main deck Shaddoll monsters because they're all dark attributes. So in that sense, it's a bit similar to the other Shaddoll monsters that require 1 Shaddoll monster plus a monster of a non-dark attribute to... Wait a minute. Is this what the new Shaddoll main deck monsters are for? Dude! I just realized why this new Shaddoll support is so good in the middle of this video. See, this is how unfamiliar I am with actually using the deck. I'm only familiar with getting beaten up by it. Okay, so normally, until this point, all the Shaddoll main deck monsters have all been dark attribute, but with this set, we now have a wind attribute Shaddoll main deck, a water attribute one, and a light attribute one, all level 4 and below, so they're quite easy to summon. And that basically opens up the ease of fusion summoning the various Shaddoll monsters, because they require you, for Apokalone, for example, you need 2 different attributes, so you need one of the older ones and one of the newer ones. Shekinaga here. Shekinaga needs one with Earth. We don't have Earth. Winda, I thought Winda was the... Oh, Winda needs Dark, right? Yeah, Winda used to be the easiest one. That's always the go-to as the first Shaddoll summon, because that's the one that's Shaddoll plus Dark, which is really easy to achieve. Nephilim is Light. Yes, so yes, that really opens up options with these new 3 main deck Shaddoll monsters. Okay, I'm so glad I figured out why this is so important now. Okay, so that's why this is really gonna boost the deck in that sense. Cause instead of having to put like additional monsters of different attributes in your deck to fuse with your Shaddolls, now you can have additional Shaddoll support while having those different attributes. Nice! This card can only be special summoned from the extra deck by fusion summon, and this card name's first and third effects can only be activated once per turn. First effect, if this card is successfully special summoned, you can target 1 face-up card on the field and negate its effects. Second effect, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. Third effect, if this card is sent to the grave, you can add 1 Shaddoll card from either your deck or your grave to your hand. After that, discard 1 card from your hand. Ain't that pretty good? Like, this is just adding more engine. Like, all of the new cards just seem to be like adding more engine and like really lubricating, accelerating the Shaddoll engine to make it better than it currently is. Because the third effect, man, like adding, helping you regain your resources while also pulling off another Shaddoll sent to grave effect, that's pretty sick. But With that, we have come to the end of this structure deck opening. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a like, let me know what you guys think about these new cards in the comment section down below, and don't forget to subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG booster box and product openings on the day of release. Unfortunately, our next release, the Legendary Gold Box on 21st December, I am going to miss because I'll be leaving for the month of December to go on a trip to Japan, but I will get it to you guys as soon as possible once I'm back, so don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss it, and with that, hope to see you guys next time on the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. Shh. Our chance encounter